In an A, in a D comes an M and a G. Every value, every C, every lock has its key. Every disc, every hammer, every goal, every header, every bar, every hurdle, every dunk, every tackle, every water or maroon, every tallow or a goon, every falcon, every tiger, every bulldog, every archer, every darkness, every light, for the blue and for the white. Everyone, every big, every fight, one big fight. In the fight, three fights in the fight, three fights in the fight, three fights.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Coming up next, Wellness Wednesdays on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Sa Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
We all want to live healthier in mind, body, and spirit. But where do we start? Sometimes, all it takes is a good conversation. Tune in to Wellness Wednesdays on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Together with experts, inspiring guests, and real stories, we explore tips you can actually use. From managing stress, to eating better, to finding balance in a busy world. Because here, we believe wellness isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. So join us, and let's make every Wednesday a step toward your healthiest self. Wellness Wednesdays, wellness that speaks to you. From the body, mind, to might. Every Wednesday on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Hello everyone! Happy New Year! This is our first segment of the year. Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays. I'm Billie.
Doc Shaw here. Happy New Year.
And I'm Mia. Happy New Year and also happy almost Valentine's, everyone. So we're live on Radyo Katipunan 87.9. We're also live on Facebook, YouTube, and Zeno.fm/radio/RK879FM.
Yes, Mia. So it's almost Valentine's Day, almost February. And that's usually about hearts, love, flowers, chocolates. Pero today, medyo ibang usapan natin.
Parang ang bilis, no? Nagmamadali ba talaga kayo? Sa bagay, it's practically the last few days of January already. Pero ang bilis parang kapapasok lang. Anyway, sige. We'll talk about the heart at we're not just talking about the romantic heart. We'll really talk about the heart as in the physical heart, no? So we'll have a little of medicine, a little of culture, and then of course, kung saan pa makarating.
Kaya nga the title of our show today is From Valentines to Vital Signs.
Yes, and our big idea today is heart health isn't just about medicine. It's about how we live and who we live it with.
Sige, so without further ado, let's start with a game para magising naman tayong lahat. Heart check, myth or fact?
Yes, okay. Statement number 1. So sa mga nakikinig, you can answer in the chat box, no? So, statement number 1, heart disease is only a problem of older people. Okay, so if you are listening now, put it in the chat if it's myth or fact, that heart disease is only a problem of older people.
Tingnan natin, baka may sasagot ba dyan?
Oo nga. Dapat sina-check natin.
Do you have access ba?
Check ko.
Sige.
Okay, sige. Pero while I'm checking, Doc, what is the answer?
Of course, that's a myth. Okay. Heart disease, hypertension even can happen or can occur in all ages, no? And in fact, we've been getting younger and younger people, no, with hypertension in the clinic. Dapat lang natin maintindihan, no? When we talk about heart diseases, marami 'yon, no? Iba-iba, and hypertension is just one of them.
Alright, so myth is the answer to that question. Okay, statement number 2. Exercise only counts kapag naka-rubber shoes ka at kapag 1 hour ang workout mo. Myth or fact?
Meron bang sasagot sa chat? Okay. So, the answer is myth. Right? Hindi lang 1 hour workout. That's not the only thing that counts. No? Walking, pag-akyat sa hagdan, paghabol sa anak, all of that counts as exercise. No?
Yeah, totoo 'yon, no? But let's just be let's try to clarify that a bit, no? Okay, yes. Totoo naman, mas importante yung consistency kesa sa intensity, no? I'm not saying intensity is not important, but if you're going to look at it in terms of more long-term impact, it's the consistency, it's the regularity of your exercise, no, that will actually matter more. And speaking of heart diseases, no, there are many factors that we need to consider, no, hindi lang yung blood pressure. Kasi if you think about it, it's really a combination of activities, proper diet, of course, yung mga substances like alcohol, tobacco, yung mga yan, no? Kailangan ma-factor in yan because these are your risk factors. Tapos, papasok pa dyan yung sinasabi natin na rest and sleep, no? Often, that is dropped out of the equation. Pero mahalaga, no, na binabalanse, no, hindi lang puro exercise, hindi lang puro dieting, but it's a combination of exercise, proper diet, a general healthy lifestyle, and that of course includes rest and recreation.
Yeah. And recovery.
And
'Di ba?
recovery.
Yun yung recovery, hindi lang pwede go palagi. And I think nabanggit din natin in the last episode or previous episodes na yung 1 hour we can break that down into smaller chunks.
Yes.
'Di ba? Kung ano yung feasible sa'yo, so that's the consistency. Kung ano lang yung do what you can because the small steps matter then.
Right. So consistency plus recovery.
Yeah.
Alright.
Speaking of steps, no, laging ilang panahon na yung debate. So what is it? Is it 7,000 steps, 8,000, 10,000, or even 15,000? Again, no, kailangan i-consider ano yung konteksto, ano yung starting body weight mo, ano yung mga general activities and work throughout the day or throughout the week. Okay? Kailangan i-consider yung needs or let's say some medical conditions, no? Of course, heart disease not necessarily bars you from exercise, no? But siyempre, mayroon mga kailangang bantayan lang na signs if na-overwork yung heart or your cardio system, no? Yun yung mga kailangan natin na i-consider. So, don't just focus na it's not just about the steps. It's also the quality of the steps, the regularity of the steps, and like I said, it's the balancing act between what you do, what you don't do, and all of this scientific evidences into consideration.
Yeah.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all, when it comes to exercise.
Yeah, kunwari, kasi kung you're chasing your steps, so sobrang nasa-stress ka lang, and you won't, it's already 10 p.m. and you're like, I have to catch my steps. So lalabas ka ng gabi instead of thinking about recovery or sleeping. Medyo, yun na yung siya detrimental.
Tsaka uso na rin ngayon, no? We have already some data, yung mga tinatawag nating chair exercises, no? For some people na kailangan low impact, no? Lalo na sa mga elderlies, meron na mga nadidesign na mga exercises while sitting, no?
Okay.
Pero of course, may mga may mga requirements in terms of yung sturdiness ng chair, yung and then of course, rin yun, kina-qualify rin natin yung extent na depende sa, like I said, no, sa physical condition or medical condition nung pasyente.
Okay.
Alright, so the last statement, myth or fact? Stress is in the mind only and it doesn't really affect the heart. I think that's a trick question, no?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, no? Of course, when we talk about stress, we talk about sometimes it's a mindset thing, no? But stress definitely meron yang physical manifestation. Especially when we talk about chronic stress. Yun yung iniiwasan natin at binabantayan natin, yung chronic, no? Paminsan-minsan we get stressed out that might actually have some benefits in terms of our immune and defense mechanism. Pero pag sobra, yun nagkakaproblema, especially because of the prolonged elevated cortisol level brought about by a stressful situation. Yung cortisol, isang uri ng parang hormone nga siya na nagki-create ng condition para mag-release ng maraming energy yung katawan natin. But of course, it's not just about releasing your energy through the breakdown of your sugars, no? Nagki-create rin siya ng yung tinatawag nating inflammatory responses. And that, kung prolonged, yan yung pwedeng magkaroon ng negative effect, no? Sa ating mga cells, sa ating mga tissues, and then leading to not just heart disease, but many others, no, including some types of cancers, no. Kaya ayaw natin nung chronic
stress.
yung
Yes.
chronic stress lalo pa, no. Remember, it's not just mental, it's physical and mental.
Okay, so it's a myth, no? Yeah, I remember parang I talked about this also with another doctor that stress is there for a reason because it can motivate, it can help us act, 'di ba? Pero pag tuloy-tuloy siya, yun yung gusto natin iwasan. Hindi stress-free totally.
Yeah.
Chronic stress yung iwasan natin. Right?
And especially kung preventable stress.
True.
So, iwasan natin ibang tao, ganon.
Oo.
Kung maiwasan.
I mean, kung maiwasan natin sila.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so I guess that's a reminder for all of us, no? Kung kala natin na okay lang to, kaya ko to, no? Baka makita naman sa katawan mo later on, right? So before we dive deep into the heart of our discussion, pun intended, I want to frame our discussion. So, while not everyone believes in New Year's resolutions, it's the start of the year. And the start of the year can be a symbol of renewal, no? Lalo na sa relationship natin with ourselves, with our body, and with others.
Yeah, so it's a reminder na pwede tayong mag-reset, right? Like, pwede na nating bitawan yung idea na kailangan natin laging ipagpaliban ang ating sarili. Na it can always wait.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yung notion na kailangan mo munang mag-suffer or magpapagod or magpakahirap bago mo ma-deserve ang pahinga or basic self-care.
Wow, ganon, ha?
Oo, di ba?
May pinaparinig ka ata. Kasi minsan, parang default mode na natin yung pagod. Parang student ka, sunod-sunod ang deadlines. Kahit pagod ka na, may guilt pag gusto mong magpahinga.
Yeah. Or faculty naman, back-to-back meetings, teaching load, emails kahit gabi or weekend. You know, sinasabi mo, after this week, mag-rest ako. Pero parang never dumadating. And I remember, Doc, just the other day, sinabi mo, dapat hindi ako nag-work ng weekend na to. And there was a bit of a guilt ba yun?
Yeah.
No?
Oo, kasi, di ba, parang yung constant delay of yung rest period will have real effect. No, like I said, no, we need to recover from the stressful situation. Therefore, yung mga biochemical reactions sa katawan natin, nagre-reset rin yan. That's the purpose of sleep, for instance, no? Kaya pinapayagan natin, kaya tayo natutulog, 'di ba? Para that time na natutulog, nagre-reset yung mga body functions natin, biochemical reactions, para rin yung maglinis, no? In other words, parang malinisan yung mga byproducts of these metabolic processes, for instance. Okay? And I think yun yung nangyari. Over time, if we don't pay attention to it, doon na lumalabas, no? Na meron na palang blockage sa mga arteries, or let's say yung kidneys pala may mga ganun din, no? May mga constrictions na yung mga vessels and mga tubes, liver as well, etc. So we really need to pay attention to our body.
Yes. And I think, no, parang, I think with heart disease, we think that it's always about the food we eat, but then it also is about the rest. So do we think ba that in Pinoy culture, to delay rest, or parang it's Pinoy culture to delay rest, or isipin na kasalanan magpahinga? Yung na pag magpahinga ka, parang may guilt, may utang ka na dapat tapusin muna yung trabaho. What do you think?
I think it's time siguro to challenge that culture na rest is something that we have to work for instead of something that we inherently deserve. Kasi it's basic self-care at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Diba?
And I think yun nga, parang nangyari, doon sa scenario na sinasabi nyo, parang pinalalabas that rest becomes or is a reward. When in fact, it should not be a reward. It's part of your normal cycle, no?
Yeah, yung rhythm.
Yes, it's a requirement. It's not binibigay mo dahil napagod ka, kundi dapat kasama siya sa normal cycle of your life, no? Minsan nga, well, I suppose culturally, minsan meron tayo yung mga obsession dun sa productivity.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yung saying, I'll rest when I'm dead.
Yun.
Di ba may ganon?
Tsaka parang
Mamaya
parang
na.
feeling natin pagka hindi tayo productive, then it brings down our self-worth, di ba? Parang may mga ganong fear. So
Yeah.
parang kailangan magtrabaho or even sometimes you don't want to be left behind, yung mga or yung parang FOMO na rin minsan, di ba? Yung fear of missing out. So, kahit pagod ka na, may party yung barkada, hindi, pupunta ako dyan kahit na pagapang para lang hindi ka makamiss out. Di ba? So, I mean, those things, even yung mga, tawag dito, catch-up work. Parang, we always talk about trying to catch up with work. Hindi naman maubos yung trabaho. Diba? Of course,
Oo, true.
Of course, put it in the right context.
Oo,
Pagka
prioritize.
may urgency, why not? Pero kung lagi na lang urgent, ibang usapan na yun. Diba?
Correct. And why
Yeah.
is it never catching up with rest or catching up with sleep?
Yeah. Actually, speaking of catching up sleep, and Doc, baka you can confirm this. Parang I was reading that you don't really hindi mo pwede habulin yung tulog mo sa weekend.
Yeah.
Like, hindi siya ganon. Hindi siya parang bank na parang
Deposit
deposit na ipon ka. No? Parang hindi ako matutulog, kunwari, 3 hours the whole week. Tapos, whole day ako matutulog ng Sabado or Linggo.
Yeah.
Parang hindi siya mag-work sa body mo. Parang mas maguguluhan pa yung katawan mo. Tama ba yun?
Yep. To some extent, lost sleep is lost sleep.
Hindi mo na mababalik.
Hindi na mababalik.
Ay,
You can
ay.
try to recover, but hindi yan 1:1. No? I think, yun nga, you just need to, the rest or the sleep na catch up is really to reestablish your normal cycle, your
Okay.
regular rhythm. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na you lost 5 hours last night, babawiin mo 5 hours ngayon. That will actually be counterproductive. Kasi lalong tama ka, pwedeng ma-disrupt yung rhythm, yung circadian rhythm, for instance.
So, kunwari, natulog lang ako ng 3 hours tonight. Bukas, back to normal dapat. Or
You
ano
try
ba?
to do that. Susubukan, no? Pero siyempre hindi naman automatic 'yun eh. In fact, ang suggestion is ganito. Napuyat ka, no? Ang tendency mo is to oversleep. Like I said, no, hindi ganoon, hindi 1:1 yung way to work on it. What you want to do is to wake up as normally as possible on the following day or even a little earlier. Why? Para pag yung konsepto ng body mo ng day aatras. So that now, because you woke up earlier, you will have a tendency to sleep earlier. So dun yung catch up na mangyayari. Okay? Dun na makakahabol. So rather, kasi binabawi natin ng tawag mo dyan? Ng plus sleep rather than decrease wake hours.
Oh.
So oversleeping isn't the answer.
Yeah.
It's normalizing your sleep cycle.
Precisely.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Bago yun Oo.
Yeah, and this is where the spiritual side comes in. Listening to your body, asking yourself, ano ba yung sinasabi ng katawan ko ngayon? Because when it's all palpitations, di ba? Pagod, irritability, hindi yan weakness. Signs na yan.
Yeah. Actually, yun yung sinasabi, no? Yung, kanina nabanggit yun, it's all in the mind. Like, pero sabi ko nga, yes, it may be in terms of mindset, but in terms of impact, there's a physical side to it, no? What will happen, for instance, is may mga physical signs talaga, no? Of course, people, for instance, yung somatization na tinatawag, or halimbawa yung naririnig natin, loosely ginagamit yung term na psychosomatic. No?
Okay.
And people, ang usual notion ng psychosomatic is fake. Di ba?
It's all in the mind.
It's all-
Yun yung
oo.
sinasabi natin kanina.
Pero that's not what psychosomatic means. Psychosomatic means that something that bothers you maybe mentally manifests or comes out as a physical sign. No? May ano naman yan, may basis yan. So, it's not wala. Okay? Meron. You just have to look for it in the right place. So, hindi sa heart maybe, hindi sa head maybe, but in the psyche or in the spirit. No? But definitely, something is wrong, something is bothering when there is a certain somatic manifestation.
Yeah.
So, yun lang. Kasi ang mahirap doon pag dinidismiss mo, wala yan. Diba? Meron. Kaya nga nilalagnat, kaya nga masakit ang ulo. Kasi may nararamdaman talaga siya. Maari lang nga, hindi physical yung source.
Pwedeng
Yes.
mental
mental or spiritual. Kaya
Yeah.
yun ang hahanapin mo.
Gets,
I'm
yeah.
curious, Doc, if this has something to do pa rin with cortisol na you mentioned earlier. Like, does it produce cortisol kaya?
Well, I suppose part of that, yes, no? Yung mga, but of course, there are other neurotransmitters involved here, no? But yeah, therefore, it's really important to look at it
Holistically.
Holistically,
Yeah.
that's the term.
Yeah. And I think yun rin yung message natin here for Wellness Wednesdays every time, no? It's looking at the physical, mental, psychological, social, spiritual health, and all those layers. So instead of just pushing and ignoring signs that your body is showing, maybe it's an invitation for us to pause, to listen, no? Hindi para matakot, kundi para mag-alaga.
Yun. And remember, when we talk about rest and recovery, some works will have or will describe 7 types or 7 characteristics, no? Sabi nila, meron tinatawag na physical rest and recovery. Yun pag yung sleep, naps, taking short naps, okay? But there's also yung tinatawag na mental rest and recovery, and that is taking short breaks, okay? So, halimbawa, naaburrido ka sa trabaho mo, step out, stand up, walk around, step out of the office for a few minutes, and then go back. So, that's your mental
break.
Mental break. Meron naman, of course, yung sensory. Unplug. Di ba? Minsan, sobra na rin yung screen time, sobra na rin yung auditory
Input,
stimulation,
no?
di ba? Ako minsan natatakot ako na, di ba? Minsan naglalakad dyan yung mga bata, tumatawid ng streets with their headphones.
Yeah.
So, hindi na nila naririnig. Tapos, on their phone pa, hindi pa nila nakikita kung may darating na sasakyan.
Oo,
Di ba?
true,
Ikaw
true.
yung natatakot na baka mamaya. And then, we get every now and then, people misstepped because, yun nga, they were on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay? So, yun yung mga gusto nating iwasan. So, that's sensory. And then there's creative rest. So, that's yung tinatawag na communing with nature. Yung mga outdoors, no? Mag-hike, go to the beach, etc. And then, of course, yung emotional rest. Well, parang ano lang yan. Getting in touch with your authenticity. Kung galit ka, minsan, kailangan mo talaga siyang ilabas. Ang stress kasi doon is kung nasa loob lang minsan. No? Sad ka, gusto mong umiyak dahil you don't want to be judged, ayaw mong umiyak. But deep inside, andun yung unrest na kailangan mo na mailabas. Okay? And then, of course, after that, you have the social, ano naman yon? Well, some people or some would describe this as connecting with people who you value, people who you trust. It's not just connecting in a crowd, but really meaningful connections, no? Rather than the noise or the general noise around you. And then lastly, yung spiritual rest, which is usually exemplified by prayers, meditations, etc. So those are some of the descriptive rest types or mechanisms that we can do.
Yeah, nice.
So it's like addressing also the different dimensions of health that you mentioned earlier, not just social, but also mental, spiritual, physical, and so on.
Yeah. I think that also brings us to the awareness of what do I need right now, no? Do I need to take a sensory break? Pag baka overstimulated na ako, or do I need to reconnect with family? Maybe I need kung everyday nasa school kayo at laging classmates mo yung nakikita mo, baka magandang break muna and reconnect with like a sibling or parents if we have the opportunity to do that, no? So depende kung ano yung hinahanap din ng hinahanap mo at that moment, right?
Yeah, ako, every now and then, I try to reconnect with my high school friends kahit na riot pag pupunta kami doon. No? But
Hindi ba stress yun?
stress sila pagka madalas mahaba na. Pero every now and then,
It's a good reason.
It's a good reason
Yeah,
to
yeah.
meet with them.
That makes sense. Okay. So, let's move naman on from our relationship with rest and resetting in the new year to talking about our relationship with the body. No? So, we were talking about heart disease and the heart. So, dito pumapasok yung blood pressure, cholesterol, weight, movement. I know people want to hear that from you, Doc. What do we say?
Well, again, it cannot be too simplistic, no? So, these heart diseases, health of the heart is really a combination of many things. Of course, andyan yung genetics, and then andyan yung choices, lifestyle choices, what you eat, and not just what you eat, but how and when.
Yeah.
Yung regularity, no? Yung iba sinasabi, I'm okay with 1 meal a day. No? Maybe so. But again, you have to consider ano yung demands ng body mo relative to the work, relative to your engagement for that day. Otherwise, you're gonna stretch even your reserves and you don't want that. No? Dinesign tayo yung system natin to have enough reserves para in cases of emergency. Pero kung lagi nating sinasagad, it's just like your car. You don't want your car to always run to reach empty. No? In fact, you don't want that na kasi yung ano tawag mo diyan, yung mga impurities na nandoon sa bottom can actually clog your mechanisms.
Yeah.
Okay? So, sabihin nila, kaya siguro gusto nila magkuryente, electric na lang, walang ganon. But I mean, that's not my point.
Yeah.
My point is, hindi pwedeng ubusan.
True. So I guess the metaphor there is, if you drive a car, hinihintay mo ba mag-empty bago ka magpagas? Or pag medyo 1/2 to more than 1/4, ready ka na, nagpapagas ka na. Like, anong klaseng tao ka?
Hindi, kaya nga dinesign nga yung kotse na ganon, na may allowance. When you see E, it's not really empty. Tumatakbo ka pa naman di ba? Kasi may laman pa talaga yon. Dapat ganon din tayo. We cannot run on empty.
Yes. We need to know what we can do, no?
Yeah.
Hanggang saan kaya. Yeah.
And I was wondering if you can connect the discussion to medication. Kasi minsan, di ba, parang when we're running on empty, we try to self-medicate. Paano po kaya yun, Doc?
Yun nga parang sasabihin lang, may gamot naman. Di ba? Parang, again, medications, they're designed to help and allow us also to recover. Pero hindi tayo pwedeng umasa sa gamot lang. No? Kasi kung aasa lang tayo sa gamot, may limitasyon rin yon. Remember, how do I put it? Kaya nga, ang inom ng gamot, may certain time. Di ba? You talk about 3 times a day. Ano ibig sabihin ng 3 times a day? Means, yung gamot, usually sinasabi, you take it every 8 hours. Bakit? Kasi, yung effectivity nung gamot na yon is for 8 hours. So, kung sabi mo, ay, okay pa naman ako, wala akong nararamdaman, hindi ko muna inumin yung after the 8 hour. By that time, wala na talagang
Visa.
limited na, reduced na
Okay.
yung yung effectivity nung ininom mong gamot.
Yeah.
So, kailangan ano rin 'yan. Medications help but they're not going to solve the problem in its entirety.
So prevention is better than cure.
Yes.
Ganon.
And I think that's where lifestyle also comes in, no? We have to make permanent changes into our daily habits, like eating properly, exercising regularly, sleeping well, and so on.
Kung tapos magugulat minsan, di ba? I think nakwento ko na yan eh. May pupunta sa clinic. Dok, bakit nahihilo ako? Tapos pag tinanong mo, kumain ka na, hindi pa po. Natulog ka ba ng maayos, hindi pa po. Although, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Diba? It's your body telling you, huy, teka muna, pahinga ka muna.
Yeah.
So, hindi rin kailangan na perfect yung habits natin. It doesn't have to be a perfect meal all the time, or it doesn't have to be a perfect workout all the time. Because I think that's where burnout starts to come in, and it's not sustainable that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's your small steps that become regular, no? So, ano sabi nga, di ba, parang habits. They become good habits. The discipline to engage in those healthy habits.
Yes. Yeah, and I think we know this, hindi siya bagong information. A lot of people do know it. Mahirap lang talaga minsan sundan ng advice. No? And I think one way is to not think of it as punishment, na I have to do this, but maybe it's more of like, I want to do this. And the idea also, and when we're talking about health promotion, it's making it easier for people to do the behaviors and to have healthier habits, no? Yeah.
In terms of promotion, no, one way to make these healthy choices, or rather to be more successful promoting, is to make the choices available and
Yes.
accessible. Diba? That's one. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
We
We're
are.
trying to help craft policies and programs that will make the choices more accessible and more practical, I suppose, and easier to follow. Okay? Rather than yung mga hindi kailangan lagi yung formula.
Yes. And I think also with that, it's removing the burden on the individual. Diba? Sige, let's talk about it within the Ateneo setting, na hindi lang lagi responsibilidad ng student or ng faculty or ng employee to find good food, to find healthy food, or to find movement in the day. The goal or the hope is that Ateneo becomes a healthy university in an environment that makes it easier for everyone to find better food choices, and the time
Yes.
in the schedule to move. And that's why also may mga available activities right now. I know like the higher education, they have fitness classes available, which they advertise on Blueboard. And also we have our newest edition, the Moro Lorenzo Wellness and Sports Center.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. That's should be available for the community rin, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katulad nga nun, no, yung taking out at least some of the burdens, no? So there should be some structural ways, no, to make sure na people are will have these services. So halimbawa, yung healthy cafeteria initiative, no? Yan, magandang pagtutulungan yan ng iba't ibang opisina ng university. No, we've been trying to help our concessionaires come up with better choices for our community. And then sana rin malaking bagay din 'yon, hindi lang yung mismong kinakain, pero yung accessibility ng mga cafeterias. There are more cafeterias now on campus compared to well, at least during my time, no?
No, matagal na yun.
Tagal na. Sabi ko na, sa akin na naman babalik.
Sige, fine. During my time na.
Okay,
Sige,
alright.
medyo recent,
Sige.
recent.
But isa pa yung siguro well, it's going to be a community effort, no? It's not just about the quality of the choices and the availability of choices, but even the affordability, no, of these choices. Minsan yun ang sinasabi nung iba. But health need not be that expensive, friend, no? If we put our creative juices together, I suppose magagawa naman ng paraan 'yan.
Yes.
And in line with that, parang we really have to incorporate these systemic changes in our programs. And just remember na hindi ka nag-iisa. When you're trying to start a healthy habit, there are always people who are willing to start these healthy habits with you.
O yan, di ba? Maganda yan kung halimbawa sa isang pamilya, hindi pwedeng, ikaw lang mag-diet. Di ba?
Lahat, yeah,
kumakain ng
yeah.
ice cream. Tapos, ikaw hindi. Ako very particular ako doon. I don't want to have that feeling of deprivation.
Yeah, that's
diba?
true.
Parang, samahan mo, no? And therefore, lahat kayo naman magbe-benefit doon.
yeah.
Okay? That encourages the patient kung kasama yung pamilya. Maybe that's also possible within offices. Diba? Ang mahirap, pagka biglang may magyaya sa isang office, sisig tayo! Diba? Parang, kailangan mayroong encouragement at mayroong environment where the healthy choices will be supported and not ridiculed.
Yes, that's true. Actually, medyo may tendency din to make fun of or parang kantsawan pa yung mga gustong mag-change ng lifestyle, no? Rather than being supportive of them.
Parang, uy, salad ka today.
Oo nga, oo, gano'n, diba?
Para bang, yun nga, parang, kadiri ka.
Uy, hindi nag-ride.
Parang kasalanan mo pa.
Oo nga, rather than encouraging. So maybe that's also something we need to think about, how we approach these new habits and how can we help other people instead of lokohin sila. Right?
Kaya nga yung what we're planning for instance, wellness center, no, sa Moro, we'll really try to come up with, we have started, no, designing, no, programs that will be very inclusive for all shapes and sizes.
Yes.
Para yung tipong hindi pa gandahan ng outfit, diba? Hindi pa mahalan ng sapatos, diba? But it's really
Or hindi kung maganda na yung katawan mo or fit pang fit lang, 'di ba? Yun doon lang pwede
yung iba-ibang levels. We'll try it out, no, for mga beginners, for those who are more buff, etc. But again, this will all be approached holistically.
Okay. Yeah, that's important. So actually, speaking of all of these group exercises and so we talked about the relationship with rest, our relationship with our bodies. Now let's talk about our relationship with others, right? Since Valentine's nga. So, kasi health naman doesn't happen in isolation, right? It's really about also our relationship with others.
Mas madaling mag-exercise pag may kasama or kumain kapag may kachika, diba?
Yes.
So, kasama o mga kasama?
Anong difference?
Pag kasama, isa lang.
Ganon. Okay.
Kasi relationship sabi nyo Okay. But yeah, definitely, we talk about that, no? The social support is actually a protective factor, no? And we cannot belittle that, no, na tulungan kayo, providing the encouragement, okay? And of course, it makes the effort more sustainable. It makes it more
Yes.
sustainable.
Yeah. Actually, I was just here. I saw like people, may mga running buddies just running past where we're recording now. And so when we also talk about relationships, this applies to all kinds of relationships. So family, friends, classmates, colleagues, and even romantic relationships.
Depende. I mean, what if you're in a toxic relationship?
True.
Diba? So hopefully that romantic relationship is one that is nurturing, no, not toxic. No, where there is genuine care for the other, no, na sorry pero kasi yung mga you complete me na yan, medyo delikado yan di ba? But I think it's really the acceptance of the other.
Yes.
No? And trying to inspire each other to do to become better.
Yeah, so part of caring for the heart is asking, am I safe in this relationship? Or can I breathe in this relationship?
Yes.
Breathe, yeah.
Right? So, if you're a student, you can ask like, is there someone na nagpapagaan ng stress mo? Or baka dagdag pa siya sa stress, sa pressure, right?
Yun, even yung, di ba, I mean, maraming kwento na yan. Yung barkada mo ba ay totoong kaibigan, 'di ba? Or kaibigan lang pagka good time.
True.
Diba?
Yes.
So, yung mga tinatawag natin mga BI, mga bad influence, 'di ba? So, how authentic are these relationships and how nurturing they are actually.
That's true. Yeah. And, I think part of that is, since we are talking about Valentine's Day, a reminder to us is relationships, love in relationships. It's not just about gifts or dates or grand gestures, right, Doc?
Minsan, ano lang, as simple as leave me alone. Boundary setting.
Boundary setting. Iba yun. Okay.
Sometimes it's about just sitting there, not necessarily doing anything, but just to make that person feel that hindi siya na iiwan, hindi siya nag-iisa.
Or sometimes it's about doing things that genuinely make us and our hearts happy. And not just in a sense of kilig, but in a sense of siguro peace, di ba? It's sometimes about asking the right questions then, like, nag-BP ka na ba today?
Lahat nga dumadaan
Lambing.
sa clinic, di ba? Naka-BP ka na ba? Di ba? Hindi lang kumain ka na ba? Kasi mahilig tayong kumain doon eh.
Yeah.
Pero, yes, as simple as yun. Kamusta ang tulog mo? Di ba? Yeah, those things.
Yeah. And then maybe also, pag ganon, another question we can ask is also, what kind of partner, friend, or family member am I to other people's hearts? No? Am I protecting their heart or am I straining their heart?
Minsan engrossed tayo dun eh. Parang, how is that environment treating us? But we sometimes forget to ask, tayo naman, how do we make the environment for others also nurturing? Diba?
Yes.
Rather than toxic, rather than unhealthy.
Yes.
And siguro can have a quick share, how do we make the environment for others a nurturing one? Sige, I guess I can start.
Okay, go, Mia.
Pag nasa mall kami ng family ko, they usually want to take the elevator, but I tell them, hindi, maglakad na lang tayo.
Talaga.
Oo nga naman, sayang din yung steps. Diba?
May steps din yun.
Ikaw, Billie.
How do I nurture other people's hearts? Well, one of my love languages is food. So I try to cook healthier food na parang sneaking in vegetables dun sa food para naman healthy. And also just listening to others din, 'di ba? Parang how can I help ease the burden? Kunwari, may gusto i-share yung friend ko or or my partner, parang just being there for others din, no?
Yeah, food and quality time.
Yes.
You know.
Well, ako, anything goes, no? but it's really, I think, it's just the presence, I suppose. To be available. I think that's the first thing that we can do to our loved ones, no? Yung nandyan ka, alam nila na whether it's a physical presence, a virtual presence, a spiritual presence, I think the point is, yung sinasabi natin kanina, yung making those connections possible, especially when one needs really meaningful connection.
Yes, that's true. Okay.
Wow, ang bilis, ano?
Oo nga. So actually, kung nakikinig kayo ngayon and inisip nyo, where do I start? Saan ba ako magsisimula? You don't have to do this alone. That's the first reminder for everyone. Yeah, you don't. There's support available in Ateneo.
Yep. And at least, you know, in the university clinic, or even in all the clinics, and in the other offices of HCW, no, the health care and well-being, for instance, no, gender hub, guidance office, you can just drop by, no, if it's a simple health questions, or just a blood pressure taking, or you have some concerns about a particular medication that you take, or looking for a referral, no, where to go in case you need some professional opinions or evaluations, then please do drop by our offices, okay? And we will be welcoming you, and we will be ready to assist you and provide the services, or refer you to where you can get the services anytime that you need them.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just here. And on that note, the HCW recently opened the research survey on employee participation, self-care, and hypertension. It's a good exercise in your self-awareness on hypertension knowledge and self-care behaviors while contributing to hypertension prevention research.
Sana sagutan niyo po yun, no? Kasi that will also help, not just in terms of your awareness, but it will also help us, no, design better programs and services for you. So, and expect more of this, no? We want to make sure that the programs are well designed and would be relevant to our community.
Yes. So you can access the survey at tinyurl.com/Ateneo BP study. Yes. Pero for employees lang to right now,
For
right?
now, yes. This is for employees.
But we're hoping to also have another survey that will be for the entire university. No, just to hear about what your concerns are and how HCW can address those needs. Right?
Unti-unti, isa-isa.
Yes. And I think reminder then also to everyone that the clinics and the guidance office, gender hub, those are all safe spaces for you if you're seeking any help, and if you have any questions when we talked with what we talked about here today, yung relationships with rest and resetting, with your body, and then also if you have questions about relationships with other people then. Yeah.
So, pwede ka na rin, Mrs. Love. May Dr. Love, di ba? So,
Oh, Mrs. Love, grabe. Oh, actually, kaya naman, no, if you have love questions.
Well, why not?
Welcome to Billie.
To the university clinics, di ba?
Yeah.
Pwede,
Of
right?
course. Sanay na tayo dyan. Dami ng mga dumadaan dyan.
Oo, kailangan, actually. If you need the support in your relationship, I highly suggest going to get the help you need. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yes.
Alright, so hindi ka nag-iisa. That's our main takeaway for today.
Yes.
And I think that wraps up our session for today.
Yes. So from Valentine's to vital signs, let's take care of our hearts together. And see you for next Wellness Wednesday. Bye.
Happy Valentine!
Valentine.
Yeah, happy Valentine's.
We all want to live healthier in mind, body, and spirit. But where do we start? Sometimes all it takes is a good conversation. Tune in to Wellness Wednesdays on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Together with experts, inspiring guests, and real stories, we explore tips you can actually use. From managing stress, to eating better, to finding balance in a busy world. Because here, we believe wellness isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. So join us, and let's make every Wednesday a step toward your healthiest self. Wellness Wednesdays, wellness that speaks to you. From the body, mind, to might. Every Wednesday on Radyo Katipunan 87.